Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Christina. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. But I thought in today's video we would do another, I think I've only ever done this one to be fair, but let's try and read as many books off my July TBR as we can, because we are literally pretty much halfway through the month and I have read one book off my TBR, which is actually practically the only book I've read this month, but it's fine. So let's start off with the ones I've not even started. We have quite a few. The first one is The Tales of Arcana Fortune. I really want to get to this. I just haven't picked it up. Again, then we have My Week with Him. Again, really want to get to this. I think it'll be very easy for me to get to. Just haven't picked them up. Then we have our reread of Kiss the Sky by Chris McRitchie. Once again, I've not really been reading, to be honest, so we have that. A Ballad for the Broken. This is thick. Again, I've just not been reading. And then finally, To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. Also, again, just have not been reading. I have actually started two of the books on my TBR. So the first one that I have started and I'm the furthest into is The Hurricane Wars by Theo Guzan. So this I've been audiobooking in the morning and at night. I have to finish this audiobook by Saturday this week and it's Tuesday. I have to finish this audiobook by Saturday because then I lose my BookBeat hours and I'm having to be a bit more selective with what subscriptions I am on, and I'm keeping my Audible one at the moment. I might end up swapping back to BookBeat like I normally do. It's cancelling on the 18th, so I do need to kind of get as far through this book before then as I can. So like I said, this is The Hurricane Wars. I am a decent chunk of the way in. I'm just gone part 2, so I'm on page 163, which is chapter 14, and I'm a decent of the way in. So this book, we are following Talzin, and basically she has only ever known of the Hurricane Wars, but she uses the power of light to fight for her people against the Night Empire. But it says here, enemies forced into marriage, all Alaric has ever known is darkness. He will terrifying shadow magic to crush those who stand in her way. But the moment Talzin and Alaric clash, their lives are changed forever. A storm is coming. The storm threatens to destroy everything if they don't destroy each other first. So, like I said, I am a decent chunk of the way in. At this moment right now, there is no forced marriage that has happened. At the moment, we've just had like the forging of their magic, which has been really fun. I am enjoying it so far. Like I said, I've only really been I did start this audiobook at the start of the month, but I've now been, this past couple of days, I've really been trying to get through it and I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more, but we'll see how we feel about this book in the end. But this is my current audiobook and probably the first or maybe the second. Basically, I'm trying to read this book in this video to get this book off my TBR, because this is also probably the book that has been on my TBR the longest out of all of the books in this file. So very needed to read this. And then the one that I started this morning reading wise is Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. Again, this has been on my TBR for quite a while. I was very excited for this book to come out and I've just put it off and put it off and put it off. But I did start this morning. I'm only on chapter 4, so I'm not very far in. I'm hoping to read a bit more this morning before I head off to work. But this follows Emmett and Julia. We know of Julia because Julia is Theo's sister from the Chestnut Spring series. Theo is the main guy of Reckless and Julia is Theo's sister. And then we have Emmett. We did meet him before. He is Theo's rival and they are like enemies, kind of. They're not enemies, they're like rivals in the, I always forget what it is, the bull riding thing. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. Like I said, I'm literally on chapter 4. I'm only 26 pages in, but as of right now I'm enjoying it and I'm excited and intrigued to see where we go from here. But honestly, I'm at least planning to read these two. I'm hoping that we can read maybe four books. I don't know, we have like a week and a little bit for me to film this vlog, so really I'm really just gonna try and read as much as I can. I've had a very slow start of the month reading wise. I've only read 2 books this month. One was Heartstopper Volume 6, which I literally read in one sitting and sat down and read it and it took me like an hour. And then the other one was In Her Own League by Liz Tom Ford, and that was on my July TBR. So I've literally, it's not even like I haven't been reading. like I've been reading something every single day. It's just not been enough that I've like finished any books. So I mean, it's fine, but these are the first two that we are going to work our way through. Fever Dream being my actual physical read, and then The Hurricane Wars being my audiobook. Like I said, I need to finish this by Saturday, or at least finish my hours on BookBeat by Saturday, and then we can finish this book off. But these are the two that we're going to start off with. So it's been a little while. I think I started this vlog on Monday. It's now Saturday. I have a kind of reading update. I ended up finishing off The Hurricane Wars. So I enjoyed this. So I ended up listening to literally most of it. And I think I had like 70 pages left when I ran out of listening time. So then I ended up finishing reading it off last night. And I did enjoy this book. I don't know whether I want to do book 2. I was enjoying it more when I was audiobooking, but then when I was reading it, I was like, don't really know how I feel. I enjoyed it, but I don't know whether it's my vibe. I don't know. I ended up settling on like a 2.753 star rating, which obviously still isn't a bad rating. Like a 2.5 is like middle ground book. I just always feel like books get a big thing if you give them like under a 4-star rating, the people are like, that book's bad then. But it's not a bad book. I enjoyed it. I just don't think I enjoyed the plot more than I enjoyed the characters. I didn't connect to the characters, but yeah, I enjoyed it. That's that. And then I have read a little bit more of Fever Dream, but not very much more. I'm on chapter 7, which is page 50. Yeah, page 50. Planning to read quite a bit more today if I can. We'll see. I'm trying to get some stuff done, and it is already like, it's literally 5:30. So we'll see how much reading we end up getting done tonight. I've had quite a chill morning, early afternoon, just kind of doing whatever I want. So I've not read a lot, and hopefully that we read quite a bit tonight after I get the productive stuff done that I'm currently doing right now. This is one of the things that are on the list for me too, is to update you guys. So yeah, we have that. I'm about 50 pages in. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm intrigued to see where we're going with Emma and Julia, and I like that we've had their backstory on something that they mention already, because it makes me more intrigued to see where we're going to go from there. But yeah, that's my little reading update. We finished The Hurricane Wars, and we've continued / started to actually get into Fever Dream. This will not take me long to read. Hopefully we can finish it tomorrow or Monday, and then hopefully we can do one more book at least in this vlog. I'm fully aware that I look a little bit crazy right now. I've just styled my hair, so please ignore the absolute lion's mane that I am giving. But I wanted to give an update on Fever Dream before we go ahead and finish it. So last night I ended up getting to about 25%, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying Emma and Julia. I didn't know how I would feel about this book, because I've read all of Elsie Silver's books. I've read The Gold Rush Ranch, I've read Chestnut Springs, I've read Rose Hill Ranch, and Rose Hill was up and down for me. Same with Chestnut Springs was quite like level, and then Gold Rush Ranch was down, and then it went up obviously as she grew. Obviously I enjoyed her books a lot more, but I didn't know how I'd feel going into this one, because like I said, Rose Hill Ranch was very up and down for me, and I did question during Rose Hill if Elsie Silver was an author that I wanted to continue reading. But I'm very, very happy that I have picked this up, because I'm now about 75% of the way in. I've read about half of this book today, which is absolutely crazy considering I did do like a 6.5-hour shift today. But I'm really enjoying it. So he is going on this dating show, which there are, I think it's 10 girls, basically The Bachelor, but yeah, and Julia is on the crew, the film crew, and yeah, we kind of followed their journey, and I've been having the best time. I do not have a lot left. I'm on chapter 35 right now, which means I think I have about 105 pages left, and I'm about to sit and I'm gonna finish this book. So I thought I'd give you a little update on my thoughts before, and I'm having the best time. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I didn't know how I'd feel going into this one, but I'm really happy that I am enjoying it. Okay, so I've just finished Food Dream. This was so fun. This was exactly what I feel like I need. A nice fun book that's just fun vibes, and that's exactly what this book is. I think this is probably like a 4.25, which is so much fun, and I'm so happy I finally read it because, like I said, I've wanted to read it since it came out and I just haven't grabbed it, but I'm really, really happy that I read it because I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fun time. I think though next I do want to go into this one. This is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. I think I can definitely read this before the end of me having to edit this video, which for timeline wise, I started this video on Monday, today is Sunday, and this video goes up on Thursday, so we have 4 days, but I think I can do this book in that time. So this is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. She is the author of When the Moon Hatched, which I absolutely love that series, so I'm very excited to read her series that was before that series, the series that she's written before that. I do now own this whole series because the 3rd book came out literally last week, so I'm very ready to read it. Let me give you the synopsis. So it says here, this is a dark fantasy inspired by Rapunzel, full of immersive, imaginary and breathtaking angst, perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout. And it says here, what a pretty flower to keep locked up in a big rocky tower. 19 years ago, I was plucked from the heart of a bloody massacre that spared nobody else. Small, fragile, an enigma, now ward to the powerful High Master who knows too much and says too little. I lead a simple life, never straying from the confines of an imaginary line I've drawn around the castle grounds. Stay within, never leave. Out there the monsters lurk, inside I'm safe, though at a cost far greater than the blood I drip into a goblet every day. Toxic, unreciprocated love for a man who's utterly unavailable. My saviour, my protector, my almost executioner. I can't help but be enamoured with the arcane man who holds the power to pull my roots from the ground. When the voracious beasts spill across the land and threaten to fray the fabric of my tailored existence, the petals of reality will peel back to reveal an ugly truth. But in a castle puddled with secrets, none are greater than the ones I've kept for myself. No tower is tall enough to protect me from the horrors that tore my life to shreds. It sounds so fun. I think I'm going to have the best time with this series. So this is a trilogy. I do own the other 2 books, like I said, and I have pre-ordered the Page and Wick one, so I'm really hoping I love this series. These are the Waterstones editions, I think. They've got like the sprayed edges and the covers are slightly different than the normal ones, but this is the end paper art, so it's very pretty. I think it's the same on the back, right? Yeah. So I'm very excited to hop into this. Also, the font is so big, so I think this will be such an easy read. So I have a bit of a reading update. So today is Wednesday, so we're finishing this video off tomorrow, but I am getting very, very into and loving To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. Here's the dust jacket. I'm absolutely obsessed. So the first night, on Sunday night, I read like 20 pages, and then Monday I read to page like 100. Yesterday I read to page 200. This morning in like 40-ish minutes. Probably not even 40 minutes. I'm now on page 253, which is bang on halfway through this book, and I'm obsessed. I'm loving it. I love our characters. I love the way it's going. I don't know what it is. I'm just obsessed with it. I'm having the best time, and I'm so happy that I have all 3 books because I know I'm probably going to want to binge them. I think our MMC is Ryden. I'm really bad with the names, but I'm guessing he's our MMC, and we're getting a little bit here and there. We've been getting a lot of her jealousy, and we just got a bit of his jealousy, and I'm like, yes, give me more. But yeah, I'm literally bang on halfway now. I'm chapter 25, and I'm having the absolute best time. I cannot wait to read more, so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to read more. And I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. And there is art throughout this book, and it just, oh. It is the time of the video that we talk about what we read, because I can confirm I did end up finishing To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. I absolutely adored this book. I had the absolutely best time with it. But let's go through all of the books that we read in this video, trying to get through my July TBR. Obviously, as this video is being posted, there is like a week left of the month, but you know, there's other videos that have got to go out after this before the end of the month, so this is gonna be how we did. So first of all, we obviously started off with The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gazan. I did enjoy this. I still am undecided whether I want to do book 2 or not. If I do, I'll probably audiobook it, but I enjoyed this. I thought it was a fun read. 3.25, 3.5 kind of rating. Yeah, like I said, I did really enjoy this book, but I don't know whether I can see myself continuing this series. Then we read Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. This has obviously been on my TBR for quite a while. No, it hasn't. Then we have Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. So this is, I've read all Elsie Silver's other books, so it's about time that I read this. But I did really enjoy this. I thought it was a fun, easy romance read, 4 stars. And then we have To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah Parker, which I've been putting off for so long, and I'm so annoyed at myself that I did, but also kind of happy that I did, because I feel like if I read this at a different time I wouldn't have had the enjoyment factor that I did. This is obviously a new amazing read. I am so excited to continue the series and read book 2 at least by the end of July, and then I can finish off the series in August. But this was so good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed our characters, the world, the plot, the way everything is gone. I'm very intrigued to continue, and I just had the best time with this. I don't know how else to explain it other than, like, it does say it is a dark fantasy Rapunzel-esque kind of retelling, which you definitely do see. I mean, she has lived in a tower. Her room is in a tower, and she's lived there her whole life, but she's not confined to the tower, if that makes sense. She's not confined to the tower, but her room is in the tower, and she's kind of confined to the place, if that makes any sense. And from the end of this book, I'm very excited to go into book 2, and I'm very intrigued to see where our romance kind of goes with this, because there isn't a lot of romance in this book, but you can kind of see bits and pieces, and it makes me very excited to continue and see as our romance in this story will develop. But this was a 4-star read. I really enjoyed it. Potentially I do see a book in this series being a 5-star read, which will be so incredibly fun. But that is the 3 books that we kind of read in this like week and a half. Like I said, my reading has been a lot sparser, a lot slower the past month. I think we've read 5 books this month now. It's been a lot slower compared to like previous months, but you know, it is what it is. I'm really hoping maybe I can, like I said, I can at least read the next book in this series by the end of the month, and maybe another book that's on the TBR, but I mean, we'll see what I end up reading. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. We still have 4 books left on my TBR for July. I was hoping to get through a few more than we did, but that's absolutely fine. I'm hoping, like I said, I can hopefully maybe get to 1 or 2 more over the next week. But anyway, that's enough of me yapping. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!